Consult my icons at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific.
Today on X-Play, let's hit new lows and review Playboy the Mansion, plus Chicago Enforcer, Armies of Exigo, and how violent is God of War? Okay, I'm losing my lunch. It's game time.
Please welcome two people who are like totally spiritual. Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Hello and welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, filth, depravity, and bunny ears for everyone.
Yes, we're reviewing Playboy the Mansion, the game where you play as Hugh Hefner. Can't you just see my excitement?
Plus, a new mech game for people who like giant metal exoskeletons.
Well, who doesn't?
And a preview of Chicago Enforcer, because the mobster genre isn't totally tapped out yet.
But that's not all. We also have a strategy game with, what else? Elves and dwarves.
And last, but so very far from least, the game that had PlayStation 2 fans going crazy at E3, God of War.
That's right. We look at the ultra-violent jaw-dropper that had Sony junkies asking for more.
So cover the baby's eyes and prepare for a show that's sandwiched between sex and violence.
Kind of like Nip Tuck. They have a budget.
Here's a review of Playboy the Mansion. Enter the world of Hugh Hefner, that pajama-clad vessel of Viagra who made perusing the curvaceous bounty of the tender gender a noble pastime. How many dads have stumbled through the front doors of their suburban castles, pickled in gin and settling in for a night of mind enrichment, courtesy of Playboy's greatest alibi, the articles. Playboy the Mansion doesn't really have much to read. There is some small detail about building your empire, but who cares? Check out the construction crew. You can almost hear the shivering glasses that contain perfectly assembled martinis. Okay, maybe not. Before you can create the brand, you gotta make the man. Hef wasn't hip in a day, you know. It takes work, pressure, and yes, some pain to be El Jefe. Because the game is concerned with self-absorbed narcissists, it has happily done away with any detailed elements of The Sims. Beautiful people don't crap. Beautiful people don't clean, or cook, or eat, or die. They drink, dance, and spend other people's money. They mate and never get pregnant. They're super people, and you, as Hef, are their king. Bling dong! Who's there? Yay! It's Boobzooka and Little Teabag. Let's party. The pixelated sin lovers that flow through the mouth of your mansion are the fuel rods of Hef's success. Each of them have a little something they can contribute to Hefner as he ascends the throne to party Caesar. They'll be given the assignment of putting together the magazine. You'll need to hire writers and photographers. Apparently, the only people you can hire are hippies. Hire a playmate, and you're off to the photo shoot. Catch the loquacious, buttery landscape of womanhood. The titillating towers of Mount Mammary lay before your conquering gaze. As issues roll out the door, you'll be expected to hire better journalists and to con bottomed-out celebrities out of their clothing. You'll strike international business deals with luminaries like Felix the House Cat. It's all about the Benjamins game, fan. But man cannot live spending bread alone. Reap the benefits of power. Bumping donuts is really simple in this game. Flirt, rub, tickle, gift, and you're in. At the end of the day, the game moves at a relatively slow pace. Mind-numbingly long relationship upkeep will begin flipping the tiddlywinks o' tedium your way as you endlessly navigate chat screens to arrive at all too similar outcomes. The game also doesn't look all that hot. If you're a fraternity pledge, a little buzz and phase from hazing, your jockeys may get a tad tight. But then again, you're desperate. With a winsome giggle, we give it a 3 out of 5. Well, the good news is that it's better than the guy game.
Did you say Boobzooka in that review?
Moving on. We have mechs. Who doesn't love a mech?
You're a strange, strange man.
Why don't you introduce this new mech game, Morgan, okay?
Here's our review of GunGriffon Allied Strike. Boobzooka.
Some game conventions make no sense. Why are all barrels filled with explosives? Where do dead people go when they disappear? But some of the conventions do make sense. Like mechs. Gamers love mechs. With so many mech games around, they just don't feel special anymore. Sadly, GunGriffon Allied Strike is just one more piece of floating refuse in a river clogged with mech debris. But in this game, they're AWGSs, armored walking gun systems, and they resemble giant metal chickens. The story is an incomprehensible web of made-up Asian politics from the future, and there are no voices. That means GunGriffon has no characters, not even a short, hot chick with attitude or an aloof, cool guy with a mysterious past. So maybe story is overrated. All mechs are good for is blowing crap up anyway. It's time to strap it on and get it done. And getting it done means blasting other mechs into slag heaps. Burn, Metal Death Trap, burn. But if you want to excel in GunGriffon, you've got to spot enemies through all the dust and smoke, and your own heads-up display. There's so much crap in your field of vision, sometimes you just have to turn off the targeting computer and blow the hell out of everything. And GunGriffon Allied Strike elevates clipping to a life philosophy. We haven't seen this since... This is quite possibly the worst-looking Xbox game of the past year. Your mission objectives are pretty standard. All right, I'm gonna defend this pile of smoking rubble. This is like a government job. Now I get to blow up all the little UN trucks I can find. But what if they're carrying food and stuffed animals or small children? Oh well, a gig's a gig. So you may be wondering why we haven't talked about multiplayer yet. We went online to check it out and found one person. Yeah, that's right, one person. Although I guess that's not surprising when the network lags more than the FCC's relevancy. A game with 8 players is like trying to play while having a seizure. The mechs have a nice variety, but GunGriffon Allied Strike would be better if there were actual giant chickens. On its salmonella hide, we slap a 2 out of 5.
Mission incomplete.
Oh, if they only really were giant chickens of death. Now that would be something new.
If you want to see something really new and really violent, stick around because later in the show we have God of War.
How violent is it, really?
Okay, remember there was that game where you had to cover up all the violent stuff with pictures of kittens?
Yeah.
There are not enough kittens in the world for this one.
Oh, I like kittens.
Yeah,
Meow.
but that's not what I was saying.
Up next, Cubs fans finally go postal in Chicago Enforcer.
Mom, Dad, this is Kevin.
Kevin, it's great to meet you.
Kevin. Cindy just talks about you all the time.
She does, doesn't she? Thank you for having me over for dinner. I hope you're really hungry, because, Susie tells me you're on the wrestling team.
Dentine Fire. Go bold.
Rated T for teen.
Hi, I'm Tuesday, most ignored day of the week. Hey kids, you wanna play?
No thanks.
Friday! But now, that's all gonna change. Domino's is making me the most fun day of the week.
Now, Tuesday is special. Domino's is offering 2 pizzas for the price of 1.
I feel like a brand new day!
Get the door. It's Domino's 2 times Tuesday. It's 2 times Tuesday at Domino's. Buy any large pizza at regular menu price and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value free on Tuesdays. That's 2 pizzas for the price of 1 Tuesdays only at Domino's.
This is Kevin, or as his business card calls him, Director of Technology for the entire company, Kevin.
See, Kevin's always had an interest in technology, but up until a few years ago, wasn't doing much with it.
He was working here
wearing a little Kevin name tag.
Then Kevin went to DeVrySuccess47.com. He found DeVry's free guide to today's hottest technology careers. He also found that DeVry's tech degrees were in high demand from today's leading companies. That DeVry had small classes where he'd get individual attention. And with a future in technology looking better every minute, that he could earn his associate degree in less than 2 years, or a bachelor's in just 3. So, how do you go from a job with a Kevin name tag to a great career with your own Kevin parking space? Call or log on now to DeVrySuccess47.com for your free guide to today's hottest technology careers. DeVry, where success stories begin.
The Yellow Box Sale. Get built-in walkie-talkie, GPS capability for voice-guided directions, and web access on phones starting at just 99 cents for a limited time. The Nextel Yellow Box Sale. Call 8888-NEXTEL to shop or find a store. Act now. Get the I-205 for 99 cents. Call 8888-NEXTEL now.
You found the G-spot. Icons is next.
Once again, two people who are like totally into the infinite, man. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Totally. Welcome back to X-Play.
Later in the show, we have one of the biggest PlayStation 2 games of the year, God of War.
But first, a shooter that costs a mere $20.
It's set during Prohibition, and well, who didn't love Prohibition? Oh wait, nobody loved Prohibition.
Well, except Carrie Nation, because she got to carry an axe.
2 people in our audience understand what we're talking about, so it's just like every other one of our shows. Here's our preview of Chicago Enforcer. It's cold Chicago tonight. The L train sounds like the night's chattering teeth. The streets seem to be growing dead cops. It was the right season. Capone season. Chicago Enforcer phones in the story of a young Goodfellas rise through the ranks of Goombadom.
Hey, do you know where I can find a good chopper?
You're taking orders from Capone's right-hand guy. He wants to prove you got the pelotas to hang with the baddest gang in town. It's kind of like Chicago Gangland Doctor Who, as you fly between phone booths gathering instructions and then transporting yourself to different parts of the city. An array of gangsta hardware meets your greedy mitts, including rockets and Molotovs. Your Tommy gun's got a cold, and when it coughs, people listen. These guns almost seem like they're shooting more than bullets. Damn! The local citizenry seems to suffer from the tension that creates bad habits. They smoke. They drink and sleep. Wow, there's letters coming out of that guy's head. Since most of the Chicago mob is Italian, it's natural that there seems to be an abundance of marinara sauce. Italians love marinara sauce. Organ lube seems to be plentiful around here. Hell, you can take a bath in this stuff. Completing missions at times requires you to finesse information out of stubborn stoolies. Or not. Cash is everywhere in the game. Find it, and it's yours. There's also a cameo by the synchronized dancers of Napoli. If you end up in the Huskow, you should probably worry. I mean, you've killed like 1,000 people, including cops. Oh, goody, there's the back door. In boss battles, you fight it out with feisty mobsters who slip, dodge, and die like a fist-clenched sardine. Certain levels will even allow you to run and gun with the greatest eye tie of them all. It's not Emerald Lagasse, it's Capone himself. Lighting up a room seemed very satisfying. Spraying your machine gun sent Goodfellas to swim with the fishes and Luca Brasi. Damn! You also get an opportunity to bust up the sparse shops of recent immigrants. What's more fun than that? At $20 a day, brain surgery. Chicago Enforcer will support Xbox Live, and the company boasts that the AI will be quite lively. This game will hit the streets in February, so keep your hand tight on your Tommy or some wise guy might just get the jump on you. See you in hell.
Yes, February is a slow month for games.
Well, what can we say about this game that can't be said when we review it a couple of weeks from now?
Not much. But later in the show, we have graphic violence. Our audience really seems to be into that.
Yeah. What's wrong with you people? So much bloodlust. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go blow zombies' heads off of Resident Evil 4.
Ooh, can I shoot one of the evil monks? They're full of prizes.
Up next, wield great power over tiny people in Armies of Exigo.
EA Sports.
At work, Fred Parker eats a Snickers to keep going. Packed with peanuts, Snickers handles hunger to keep Fred on the go. Feeling rejuvenated, he calls his wife to tell her he'll be working late, but accidentally dials a radio station. The ninth caller, Fred wins a trip to St. Louis. While visiting the Museum of Natural History, a hanging pteranodon unexpectedly falls. Fred pushes a man out of the way. It's star running back and paleontology buff Marshall Faulk. Out of gratitude, the Rams changed their name to the St. Louis Freds. Eat a Snickers and have an NFL team named after you. Make it happen with Snickers.
The Netscape internet service lets me choose if I want to have their unlimited access for just $9.95.
So does NetZero.
And Netscape lets me have Web Accelerator for free with their $9.95 plan. NetZero charges $14.95 for their service with Web Accelerator. What do you get with NetZero?
I'm a Netscape guy.
Right now, Netscape gives you free Web Accelerator to surf up to 5 times faster. NetZero charges $14.95. That's over 50% more. Get Netscape for $9.95.
And if you sign up now, get a 1-month free trial.
Still paying $1.99 for just one ringtone or wallpaper? Text TONE to 69999 and get weekly updates of the hottest ringtones and wallpapers sent right to your phone. Text TONE to 69999. Take any 5 you want each month for just $4.99. Text TONE to 69999 right now. Flycell.com. Ringtones and more.
Worms and germs can attack your computer.
Something's wrong with your computer, and you've tried everything.
Try this.
One quick click. Veloz will keep your entire system virus-free, safe, and secure.
With Veloz, to make it faster than the day you got it.
Visit Veloz.com.
And make it quick.
If you even think you're slowing down, get a free virus scan at Veloz.com and make it fast.
When the IRS levied my business and personal accounts, I didn't know where to turn. My CPA recommended American Tax Relief.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, call American Tax Relief for a free consultation.
Look, the IRS is offering you a one-time opportunity to settle your debt. This is your 1-second chance. Use it well.
I thought I was going to lose my business, but American Tax Relief got me a second chance.
Call 800-493-8114 for your free consultation. Call 800-493-8114 now.
The Screensavers, tonight at midnight.
The universe is at one with Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
I think he's busy expanding his consciousness or something.
Or they've been playing too much Technique beat.
Welcome back to X-Play. Later in the show, violence.
Yes, one of the biggest PS2 games of 2005 will hit this show like a velvet glove cast in iron.
He speaks of God of War, the game where you can literally rip your enemies apart. Why? Just because.
But first, strategy. People love strategy games.
Rome, Total War, Civilization, Battle for Middle-earth.
This is not one of those games.
Nope.
Here's a review of Armies of Exigo.
Where's my stone? Has anyone seen my stone? You? Never mind. Oh, there it is. This is how Armies of Exigo begins and where the excitement ends. Actually, there isn't really anything wrong with Exigo. It is a well-functioning RTS, and the graphics are better looking than most. However, it feels like they set the bar pretty low, because it's everything you've seen in an RTS done to mind-numbing mediocrity.
Excellent idea.
Since this game is based in a fantasy realm, you'll be playing as humans, elves, and orcs.
Make them go away.
I wish I could. I mean, can't we come up with some new fantasy races? The story has something to do with a high council of magi that like to debate
The matter is decided.
and demand inappropriate duties of their men.
Do it, Dunhill. I must release this power now.
These all-powerful wizards. Wait a minute. Is he getting captured?
With his men, you may have sport.
Worst wizard ever. Your aim, when you're not being captured, is to rally the land of good to your side
Excellent idea.
so you can fight orcs. Or something like that.
Where shall I set my pike?
As per usual, you'll assign serfs to construct your army's camp.
We are most experienced in spelunking.
They are led by this rather sad golem-looking fellow.
I live to serve.
We could use a few more huts there, Todd.
Will the work never end?
The battles do play out as well as any other RTS, with some good effects for the spellcasters in all of us, but it's not very exciting. With games like Rise of Nations, we've come to expect more than the same old, same old.
Excellent idea.
This group looks less like soldiers and more like a frat looking for a party.
Dude, Craig's totally having a kegger in the woods. It's gonna be awesome. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh God, orcs! Oh man!
And seriously, are they even trying with these names?
Here stands Dunhelm Belanger and Finn Barra.
This game is only for the most avid of RTS gamers. It's not bad, it just doesn't bring anything new to the genre.
Is everybody alright? Alright, that orc attack was pretty bad, but Craig Kegger's moved to the basement. Come on, everybody file in. Shh.
So if you're looking for... Okay, what the hell is that noise?
Oh my God, Todd is totally up.
Anyway, if you're looking for the best of the mediocre, you can't go wrong with this game. We give Armies of Exigo a 3 out of 5.
With his men, you may have sport.
Those halflings sure know how to party.
Yeah, speaking of which, next week there's a party at Todd's castle.
Really? I'll bring the potions.
Coming up, how violent is God of War? I think I just threw up a little.
From Big Tobacco's brainstorm sessions, it's the new satirical comedy you have to see to believe.
Perhaps we could utilize the popularity of rap music.
And even then you won't believe it.
We can compare data with Lifesavers candies.
It's Fair Enough, coming this February.
Circuit City's Red Dot sale is happening now. Save up to 50% store-wide on hundreds of clearance, closeout, and open box items. Plus, all CDs are on sale for $10.99 or less, just in time for Valentine's Day. Circuit City.
Rated M for mature. Frank Castle's family was brutally murdered in a mob hit. Now, for the men that did it, there is no justice. There is no mercy. This isn't vengeance. It's punishment. The Punisher.
Hey, Angie, you going to the post office? Hey, Ted, you going to the post office? Do I know you? Anyone go to the post office? Jeff. Ronnie? Connie. Isn't anyone going to the post office?
Hey, Chuck. Can't go to the post office? Go to USPS.com.
From buying stamps to shipping packages, almost anything you do at the post office, you can do at USPS.com. It's how the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Hey, Steve! Lunch?
You are a traveling movie theater. You are a roving jukebox. You have no wires to hold you back. Introducing the HP Pavilion Notebook with Intel Centrino mobile technology, starting at $9.99 after rebates. Connect, download, and print remotely with built-in wireless capability. Listen to music or play DVDs at the touch of a button with HP's exclusive Quick Play feature and optional remote control. Sit back and enjoy your favorite movies, alone or with a friend, on the high-definition widescreen display. Call now, and for a limited time, get $50 off instantly, plus get free shipping. And let us help you customize your notebook. The HP Pavilion Notebook with Intel Centrino mobile technology. It's the home theater for when you're not at home.
Once again, two people who forgot their mantra, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Tic-tac.
Welcome back to X-Play.
It's here, the game the PS2 fans were salivating over at E3.
The game that is not intended for pacifists or people under the age of 17.
In 2005, the GameCube has Resident Evil 4.
The Xbox has Jade Empire.
And the PS2, it has God of War. Here's our preview. Those ancient Greeks, you gotta love them for their democratic thinking and age-inappropriate same-sex relationships. But you gotta love them the most for basing a belief system on unadulterated brutality. And nothing says gaming like unadulterated brutality, so we have God of War. First off, you don't play as Ares. You play this guy, Kratos, or as I like to call him, Captain Bitter.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me.
Our demo starts like this.
Cast himself from...
Yeah, I know. I don't get it either. But then we find out that everything else happened 3 weeks earlier. Weeks? I mean, I had no idea that mythology used such narrow time spans. Are eons just too vague for today's gamer?
I will send you back to the depths of Hades!
Who cares? This game looks awesome. Using a host of cool moves to get better and better as the game goes on, this is a hack and slash with pizzazz. This move is pretty. You get to tear enemies apart with your bare hands. So yeah, this Kratos guy is pissed. Also, people seem to be a little wary of him.
I know what you've done. I would rather die than be saved by you.
My God, what did he do? Vote for Nader? Well, given the fact that I did this to someone, they may have a point. Apparently, regarding old burly man as a savior isn't too hot an idea either.
He even told me their champion would come.
So, in the demo, you're on a boat. It's one of those rickety Coleridge-type vessels. It's got bad people. Winged beasts. But the real cool bit, here. I'm on walking through the bowels of the boat, looking for some sailors, looking really good. This happens a lot. Expect a whole bunch of boss battles in this puppy. Although, it's hard to believe you can really block this. Also, beating down these mean things is more than just beating them until they're all beaten down. Once they collapse, you need to hit a series of buttons. These buttons. It's like an oracle, if the oracle worked for Sony. There are some puzzles as well. I had to move a box slowly, right after killing a giant Hydra head. There's also an element of magic. Here, I get a special power from the god Neptune, who's named after one of the best games I ever played with Gordon Jumps.
There is a task you must complete.
The best way to sum up God of War right now is that it's looking really, really good. We'll find out if it's the Adonis of games when it comes out. Then we'll let you know what we think.
Sign it. Save me.
Yes, God of War is the highest profile PS2 game slated to be released in 2005.
Unless you count Gran Turismo 4, which was supposed to come out, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, all those wannabe race car drivers who were waiting for this one to come out, they've grown up and become actual race car drivers.
Of course, I know some of you are like, but Adam, isn't Resident Evil 4 coming out on the PS2 this year?
Well, yes, but we've heard that the GameCube to PS2 port is, well, it isn't pretty. People, buy a GameCube. It costs less than the DS now, and you'll be able to enjoy your game on it.
And for something that we get for free but usually don't want, we turn to viewer mail. Though I think we actually have a nice one today. Is this correct?
Yes, today's viewer mail is from Catherine K. She writes, have you ever reviewed a game so abysmal that it merited a 0? The games rated 1 are awful enough. I can barely imagine what a 0 would be like. Perhaps I shouldn't try to imagine it. Yeah, don't try to imagine it. That we have played those games. We even had a segment about it once.
Yes, we never give games a 0. It seems cruel, but Big Rigs. Big Rigs is so bad, it merited a 0. Now, NRA Varmint Hunter, that came very, very close to being a 0. Now, Monster Garage, 0.
Yeah, I don't want to fix bolts and stuff, though. Varmint Hunter, that was funny.
Yeah, it does offer you insight into a strange culture.
Yes, the culture that
kills rodents. But
why? I don't know why.
I probably angered someone by saying that. Don't shoot me.
Your nights are about to get freak with the G-Spot. Tomorrow, it's time to get up on what is, was, and will be hot with journalist Andy McNamara.
The cinemas are just amazing.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
And then get your eyes movie-sized when Cinematech goes Hollywood. What about us? We've got ourselves a whole entourage. Find the G-Spot starting at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Today on X-Play, we're